And here we go, all good. So unplug the charge. I'll take the mini one so I can monitor the chat. We'll go outside. Hopefully Mr. Barkey isn't there, our resident.
I'll chuck mine in as well, brother, because my spring are jumping around the house. They've just come back in from doing what they're doing. So there you go. Good evening, brother.
Just turn my video
Good evening, one and all. And there you go.
Just get set up. Oh, no, my memento.
Testing 3-4. Testing 3-4.
Hello.
On the dance floor. You got the right laces in?
I believe we have. I might even have fixed my camera so it shows a correct image. We will see. Right, let me get the magic on the screen so I can see the comments and who's in. So, how's your day been? Has it been all right? You good?
Oh, mate. Grab the laptop out there, please. Yeah, just same joint, more gravy, Dave. Twist and pull and yank at that steering wheel, and yeah, contaminated crap on the floor, and that's how it goes.
I've been looking at clutches, double mass flywheels, 800, 750 with the flywheel, the clutch, all of the assembly. I'm like, okay, why is it a double mass cylinder? Is it double mass cylinder, double mass flywheel, double clutch?
Dual mass.
Dual mass, is it dual mass?
Dual mass flywheel, yeah.
Springs on it and everything instead of a clutch wear plate, so it's a smoother transition of gears because a diesel has more vibration on the engine, torque and that when it's changing. So
that's right.
And we're like, okay, is that the only option? He went, well, some places will do a single conversion and it's a lot cheaper, but some of them, are a bit. I want to ask the Tube family, because we've got a lot of clever guys. Has anybody had any experience of a diesel dual mass then going to a single mass clutch conversion? And if so, let me know, please. I'd be ever so grateful.
Yeah, you'd probably do it. Put the single mass from the Golf. It's the same engine, is it?
Yeah, 1.9 TDI. So manual 1.9 TDI. They go on that engine capacity and then drive style, don't they?
Yeah.
You may not need it. It was changed 100,000 miles ago. So I've asked, what's the average life of a clutch? 20,000 if you're an idiot and you can't drive, you just burn it out. 20,000 extreme, no clutch control at all, and setting off, basically braking and starting with your clutch and not using a brake, things like that. Stalling. And he says up to 150,000.
Yeah.
He says there's no engine management control with the with when we reading the ECU. He says it's hydraulic assistance on that. He says you won't have an ECU error.
Oh, the ECUs, yeah, that's right. They're on the dual mass DSG boxes on the Volkswagen, I believe, on the automatic.
Hydraulics. Yeah, so he said it could be the gearbox oil. That could be dirty. I says, well, does that need a change? He goes, well, we can change it. I'm like, but does it? Answer it with it. We'll take your money. No, but does it need changing? Is it lifetime?
No, I'd say it would need a service, a change. Same as differential oils and things, they don't last forever.
I'll find out tomorrow. I'm going to go to somewhere local, a clutch specialist around here, and say, yeah, pal, have a look at that. Tell me what they thinks, and we'll get it right. He can. I've asked him if it's possible to a single conversion. I'd like it doing, and only if it's logical. If it's non-logical, then we'll look at the other options. And he said LUK is a good brand. If you get a good brand like for the conversion, they're all right. He says, yeah, there's two brands that they use. So I told him what the problem was. He says, oh, something iffy here with your hydraulics, lad. He says, bring it me and I'll check it out. So if anybody else has this similar kind of problem, then that's just something for you. I'm not also looking for answers. I'll give you a list of problems for you travellers out there if you're issues. We got Trapped in a Room, Barker, Chillstar, Albert, Angela, hey up. Come on, Andy, mute.
I'll try and do it now. What go on? There we go.
Yeah, Angela, Albert, Barker, Chillstar, Trapped in a Room, Stuart, Lola, is it? Yeah. And me and you, 23, 25, 25, 7, lucky number.
Hey. Good evening, everybody. There's quite a few in already then. I'll just switch the old what's it on the laptop so I can see the comments with everybody tonight.
Yeah, I'm doing that as well. Dodgy's just dropped in. Look, Pondis. Easy now. It's a sister with a name like Look Pondis. That is style. That is class. Look Pondis.
I'll turn that around now. I'll bring it on
No
this side of it so you're not
EB,
seeing the back of me bloody ear. What's a bit rude. I need to set myself up a bit better here, kids. Let's see what's what. Plonk that on there. We'll see where we're at. How's that? That's a nice. Number 2. Goody things, everybody. Dodgy Doctors, evening all. Thanks for your message there earlier, Dodgy. No problem, brother. Anytime. Don't feel like you can't because you can. You can't. No problem.
Softfest review, annual conference review. What you've got to say, Andy? What was your overall,
Superb. One word, superb. Yeah, it was great weather, great atmosphere, great people. And what do you know, we just happened to be on the tail end of Trump's air show as well, and great to see some of those birds in the air that you only ever see in films and on the TV. So, yeah, it was a good band. It was ace, yeah.
American and English bombers, stealth and Lancaster, English,
Our Lancaster,
American
yeah.
stealth. Yeah, Eurofighter with rockets, loaded with rockets.
Yeah.
What was the other one? F1 fighter jet. Was it Eurofighter?
Chops away, old bean.
I know it was a lot to organise. That I hope you all appreciated my efforts there with the Air Defence Ministry. Sovereigns have got a lot of swing. You see.
Yeah, so it took us a few text messages, but hey ho, we got there in the end. We got us a few flyovers, didn't we? And what do you know? Tipped the wings to us, as they say.
Anybody that's in the chat room that went would like you to give some feedback as well. That'd be good if you was there. If you could give us any feedback, your impressions. I know we posted a few videos and whatnot of the marquee, the area, the event. So it'd be good to get feedback on that. If you could, please.
Yeah, it's great band, and they did promote themselves at the end and said they do weddings and stuff. So if anybody is looking for some good entertainment, Breeze is their name. Get in touch. It was a great night, great entertainment, and they put on a good show, good stuff. Superb. Thank you very much.
What we're saying in the room, Albert, strong arms. Bournemouth Air Show recommended from Angela. Stuart, Dave, I'll ask my mechanic dinner time, mate, if you want, even if it's for a price, so you don't get ripped off. Nice one, Stuart. Yeah, please do. I'm going to take it to someone in the morning. They'll need an hour or two probably to look at it. You know what it's like. Who else is there then? Lady Onyx has dropped in. Hello, sister. She sent me a hangout message on FPV's hangout group. Need a little advice. Could you help me? Yes, sister. Of course we can. Well, yeah, I prioritise, so I haven't had a chance to get into that. That's a leisurely type chat, that one. So leisure takes a back seat after the work. So I haven't caught up with Dodgy Doctors yet. I've been doing my vehicle traveling type issues, and now it's just clocking off time. So I'll have a look at it after this. Yeah, there's been a lot going off, to be fair. We've had some internal issues elsewhere that we've had to deal with, and then yeah, we needed to catch up with you guys and see what you're saying with regards to the Softfest, the conference. My previous video, I mentioned Martin Lawrence. I brought up Jim Carrey. I think I put the links in for you. Martin Lawrence talks about Dave Chappelle as well. Jim Carrey goes on one big time with regards to what he's releasing and how he releases it. He goes into the geographical shapes and that life is nothing but an illusion in the middle of the red carpet. Isotopes and certain things are like resonant frequency. Jim's on one. I don't know why, but that's very interesting. Then you've got on the back of that, these are Hollywood fictions, and we're into fictions and legal fictions and all these fictions. So I want to go into Inception of Hollywood now for you and show you the Matrix of the Matrix in the Matrix. If you remember Funny Bones, in a dark, dark street, there was a dark, dark house, and in that dark, dark house, there was a dark, dark room, and you get the idea. So Inception level 2, Hollywood, the characters, the names, and I pointed out Elon Musk is being parable to we'll say Robert Downey Jr. and his portrayal of the fiction Iron Man from the what is it? Who is it? That is not Stan Lee. It's Marvel, isn't it? Marvel side of the fictional Hollywood, and Elon Musk has been in Iron Man and has met Iron Man and had a little scene in there. Now Elon Musk has come out and mentioned about the AI, algorithm, artificial alien intelligence, but nevertheless it contains an eye. And the scriptures from the passages and the Gospels and the ancients, Babylonian, Sumerian, Aztec, Malayan, we don't need to list them, but we will tell you now, they all contain an eye, a story of an eye, an all-seeing eye, an evil eye, the watchful eye. And they say, watch out for the eye. What's coming, everyone? The eye, the AI. Same eye, I believe. So our time is now. This is that prophesied, and I don't want to sound like you know how we are, and we don't need to tell you, but the time is now. The prophesied time is actually now. It looks like, it appears to be end of Malayan calendar, such things as, and now we've got to try and fulfill that prophecy of this golden age coming through, if that's what's to happen, or and leave a legacy for our kin, or just roll over, suck it up, and say, yes, please, I want my FEMA chip. Put it there. Right butt cheek, please.
Now is
I yield.
Stand up,
I yield,
take responsibility.
Yeah. Give you a lot there. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I haven't even mentioned killed by my debt. What?
Killed by my what debt? That's what it should be saying.
Yeah, cheese. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Such as the impression and the imposition of the system. Now they're proper ramping it up. It's getting quite hot for 2021, and then it's only going to go further plummeting as 2030 gets closer. So that's when it'll be really tasty. If you're not cognising now, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I'd like to know if anyone in the chat room has watched that. If you search "Killed by My Debt" on YouTube, you will find a channel that's got a copy of that transmission. And I'm not telling you, but for you to cognise our line of work and how we interface with these agents. And if this guy has committed suicide because he believed in a fictional debt was real, and he gets to go on his scooter, and the man says who's the agent for the collection enforcement agency, if you get on that scooter, you'll be charged with stealing property. He's like, what? This is what I need to get to work on. And he says, it doesn't matter, it's now mine. And I'm like, no, if you need it for work, there's a rule that says you cannot remove the man's livelihood, a means of getting a livelihood, you know what I mean? And the same as if it's on HP and so forth, or if it's even parked, placed, stopped on a neighbour's drive. They have no access, do they, Andy?
Wow.
Hey, there's tricks here. Is there not some tricks we can say?
Yeah, there's certain rules and regulations to the drive next door neighbours. You might drop curbs.
All sorts. If it's on someone else's drive, property, land, they can't come on and trespass on there because there's no contract. They're a third-party interloper. So if you put your iron horse or two scooter, whatever it is that they're trying to enforce collection and use levy upon, then you just go, no, it's over there. Sorry, you can't get access to that. Or there's other ways, but what I'm saying is there's rules and they're not following the rules because these guys, man can't enforce them. Man's not knowledgeable of the rules. So if the rules are there, but you don't know about them, how are you going to enforce them?
Absolutely. If you don't know where the pieces go on the chessboard, you're going to lose every time. Until good man comes along and said, I'll sit next to me and watch how I play. And I'm going to play the best lad in jail at the moment or in wherever you are. And you pick up, you sit and watch and learn. And just because you've sat and watched and learned, that doesn't mean you can do it still. Like when you watch a man build a wall or when you watch a man make a house with his own fair hand, it doesn't mean you can automatically do it now. It still takes practice, and it still takes you having your own nerve and your own attempts to do it, and refining that which you say and that which you do at any given time. I'm still learning it myself. We're all learning a bit every day.
Just disturbing, mate. Highly disturbing that youth, 18, 20-year-olds, hanging themselves. It's not even a nice way to go. I ain't got the balls to do that. Geez, I thought about topping myself when I couldn't get access to my blood, and I was denied, and I was sad and depressed, and no one was helping me. And
Absolutely,
I've
because
thought
they
about
prey
it.
on
I've
your
shared that
emotion.
with you. Yeah, I've shared it with you. It was horrible. It was a horrible time. Depressants and pharmaceutical toxins, and self-medicating myself, and confused and isolated and alone and non-supported. Second-class citizen comes to mind. I felt like in fact, I felt like a 56 class citizen out of 56
in a 57th class world.
Shocking.
Right?
So yeah, this is the dissonance, because the language and the money mechanics is missing from our construct of becoming 18 legally liable for our actions. Then if we're legally liable, then shouldn't we be trained to be legally liable, one would think? No. Do you find that out as you go along? No chance. Not a prayer.
Yeah, you find out
Because
to your
kids,
detriment.
he's
You
hung
find out
himself.
once you've
That's how he
paid
found
for it.
out. He
Yeah,
found out.
exactly.
If he'd have chatted to us, or just come on a hangout now, anybody, anyone's daughter, anyone's son, relative, and just as now, I'm a bit like Thingy has Lady Onyx. All right, I'm coming. Don't worry. Yeah, that's all it is. A quick chat. All right, so I don't need to be worried. No, can I say anything? Yeah, you can do this. What part of law can I quote? Well, we've got some acts and public statutes. I posted one today that's quite good. For these, because it's public at law level, with regards to when officers turn up, what the wording and the bit of the law is. It says they cannot assist enforcement or collection to a third party interloper. They must
Of
remain as
course.
an officer and show you impartiality and due diligence at all times. Yeah, oh yeah, we've got that.
Yes. They cannot enforce an act to break the law.
Yeah, it's just sad, mate. It's just really sad that we think we're clever. We think we're so sophisticated and well-to-do, and we've got all these designer brands, and we've got these fancy cars and turbos, and my heating system is controlled with my smartphone, but yet my son's dead because he couldn't pay his debt.
Because of
What?
because of 1,000 debt tokens.
Yeah. And somebody's
They're
son's
worth
died.
nothing with no substance. That's right, and there it is, tangible evidence. It's beyond words. It's absolutely beyond words. It's beyond expression. The way that the system makes me feel at times.
Come on, look. We've got a tartan shed for you. I'm sorry, just trying to lighten the mood. It's despicable.
It's great, by the way. Choose Co-op for food. It's great. And there are other shops available, by the way.
I'm just considering it. I thought you don't want to look at a big, old shed and that. I should be in it like Delis and others, casting from the shed. But we'll work up to that. We'll work up to that.
It's chuffing
Right.
great, lad.
To help Gumshoe out, if he's in, I don't even know if he is, but that's how considerate we'll be. I'll start in where we left off and work down, Andy. So do you want to have a look and see if anything sticks out comment-wise, and I'll do the same. I want to see if there's any feedback, stuff from conference, Softfest. Here we go. KB and Mia got to.
Yeah, I've read the one that Kay put there. I think she was just saying just what a great time, great souls, big love, and lovely time. And it sums it up. It was full of love. It was full of atmosphere and just full of the right people. It was just ace. It's just a shame a few more couldn't have made it. But we all got our own personal lives to live. There's no wrong or shame. Yeah, absolutely. Boom. Next time, mate. There's always a next time.
Right. So yes, indeed. Thank you for that. There will be.
So
That was it was
boy
truly great. Yeah.
The boy in Killed by My Debt was pushed into the extortionate payday loan stuff and made it all worse. I see all these payday loans and stuff. They've got to be abolished. Car book loans and logbook loans. All these things they've got to be abolished.
0-hour contracts. What the?
Oh Lord Almighty! What is going on here?
The contracts that on that killed by my debt, he rings up, he goes, I've done 60 hours this week and I've done this many 100 miles. He said, why have I only been paid X? And they went, the guy on the operator bit who he's got the contract with, the agent, yeah, he says, well, you only get paid when you're carrying blood and lungs and kidneys. You don't get paid when you're not carrying. He goes, but I'm only working for you. I wouldn't be doing this if you weren't making me. So why aren't you paying all my expenses? And he goes, oh no, you have to cover that yourself. He's like, but wow. I just thought how do we get suckered into contracts like that? He didn't read the small print by that time. He's signed up. Then he's got
tacit agreement. Yeah, tacit
penalty
agreement.
charge.
If you don't
Acquiescence,
read it, layman's terms, you always say read the small print, but when you go to with these claims against you, you're suffering a tacit agreement. It's going to suffer you a tort because you haven't read that which is underneath, and you're just too quick to accept the car or accept the benefit, accept the bank loan, or accept anything which you're signing up for in that moment. Step back a minute and take consideration for the value of your valuable consideration, which is that of your pen and your fair hand, because that which strikes the paper throughout your lifetime is literally, the value is infinite. It's into the millions of pounds, 6 to 8, 10 million pounds by the time you'll come back onto the earth which we was born onto for remedy. So we need to be a bit more shrewd with how we deal with the signatures and whom we give it to and what we're doing with it.
It's like the marriage, what I pointed out, Dave Chappelle doing a scene going, baby, I love you and you're my everything, you're my soulmate, you're the number one. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, so now we're going to get married. The big day has come. This is what you've been waiting for. All your friends and your family, you got everybody here, the video's rolling, thousands of pounds, the horses are outside. Here's the vicar, the priest, whatever it is, and he's there. We're going to get married. And now, baby, will you just sign here, please, to show me that you love me, to show me that you care, and I'll sign. What the fuck? I was like, yes, that's the shit. Sorry to swear, but that's right. You know it, Gizmo. You know it, don't you, Giz?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The dog agrees.
Oh, I might have to mute a minute.
We got another one join the phone, mate. I'm glad I got my earphones, otherwise it'll start my dog off barking. Trapped in a room, that's the whole con as well, with claiming the person or control of it. It's what holds the government's debts and claims the person, claims their liabilities. Huge misconsideration by Vatican agents. Exactly. The liability lays with those who made the claim. Oh, your sound's gone, Dave.
I just muted it whilst I didn't want to afford you all that. Yeah. Right, we was at Curtis Rivers has dropped in. KB, Lady Onyx got that. Robert Lunn, hello, bro. Just facts tonight. No waffle, please. He's talking to you.
You know who he's talking to, brother.
Dodgy, nice one. Andy, Lady, hello, everyone. What else have we got? Dave, oh yeah, got that. Robert, did you know UK and American Air Force all run by one company, i.e. Serco? Well said. Yes, we did. And now so does everybody else.
Well, yeah, they're military installations, aren't they? The same as the hospitals. They're into moving people. Yeah, Serco. They move prisoners. They're into moving chattel, and they move the chattel from one warehouse cargo box to another, whether it be an airport, a seaport, or a ferry port, whatever you're at.
Yeah, I believe they've also got some of the United Kingdom's surface to air missile defence on the coastline. Don't quote me on that. I said I believe, but I remember recalling now, and I thought, and they're involved with DWP. How can someone that's involved with missile surface to air national defence on a what is it? It could be also involved with DWP and security type. Yeah, all right, security, but somewhat different. How many rockets do you want?
When I first got tangled up with my learning in my council taxes and stuff and pensions and LOBO loans and all this that the council are doing, it soon come to my attention that our pensions and stuff have been siphoned off to these people to make cluster bombs and stuff, I believe, allegedly. And the company is called Textron, Textron. And
You go on.
yeah, and which, as we all know, there's no cluster bombs here in this country. Are we allowed cluster bombs? No. So why is our pension money being siphoned off to pay for Lobo loans and investments in such corporate bodies whereby they're making and engineering and distributing such
anti-man weapons,
atrocious weapons? Yeah, let's bomb the buggery out of you to invoke peace.
To use on us, like somebody said at Sovfest, he goes, "Look, Dave, never mind all your paper proclamations and your auricular law. Look what the enemies have got." I went, "What?" And he went, "Look at the size of them bad boys." I went, "And that one's got rockets on." And I said, "But we are just, we are divine, we are right. If you succumb to it and you cause harm, then you will pay for that after you finish in this realm. If you don't succumb to it, and even if you succumb to it because of deception, once you know of it, you are obliged to do what you can do and speak of it. Otherwise, you are part of it. And if you are part of it and remain part of it knowingly, then you will reap that karmic retribution. And if you are that guy said, I'll keep his privacy. And when he pointed out about the Air Force, I went, well, I die, I live again. Maybe I die and I don't live again. Maybe we ascend. And somebody goes, stop. Is that reincarnation or ascension? Never mind crucifixion or freedom. Reincarnation or ascension? What? Ascension? Oh, hoverboard? Yes, I'll take that. I'm in. So yeah, it's they can threaten us, can't they? They can have these things in, and security companies and Men in Black and Novichok. Ooh, Novichok. Oh, stop it. We're not scared, are we? I'm not anyway. I'm just wary, conscious.
Does it look that way?
It's gone
Can you
past the
see
point
me
of
quivering?
scared.
Yeah.
I think little Alfie Evans was scared, to be fair, for several months. I'm sorry to bring it up, but that's just anchor that back in now. That'll anchor you all back in. Bump. There you go. That's it. That's where we're at.
That day when we put our shirt and jacket suits and whatever else thought there meaning business, the SovereignSmith with his bloody shoes and shirt, mate, and yourself likewise, we went to mean business. And when we can get a man of such stature from the jurisdiction of Westminster, whom is representing in the mirror image of the square mile Vatican, that which all this leads back to, when we had that man compelled and turned round 180 degrees to stand by our side within a matter of half an hour, that tells me that which we have learned is just and proper.
It is, yeah, isn't it? Yeah, bless. It is just language, control, status, standing, capacity, rights, all comes in, jurisdiction, authority, consent, denial, bondage.
Who's given authority? Under what jurisdiction of the law? And is that between thy and the Creator himself? Whom is between us, please?
Yeah. We each have got an essence within us, and if we have the essence within us, then to say we are any way incompetent is an insult. And if we're talking ecclesiastical, they're cannibalized laws, then we know how to trump them in their own Trump towers. Literally, they even that was an interesting thing. Talking about Hollywoods and fictions, linking back in, not just Elon Musk. I shouldn't even be smiling, but I am, because of the cunningness of our family. Elon Musk and Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man, and the Simpsons, and that escalator scene on the Simpsons room. These knows what we mean. We have more like Hollywood in interventions that they put out there for you to see as well. It's brought to us that these codes and messages in the films are subtle enough, but they are actually somewhat true as well. These guys, what they bring to us, all these little bits, and all we do is collate them together and put them out for you to see. But in what Dodgy Doctors said was, in the film Super Mario Nation, they have Thwomp towers, and Thwomp takes over the world, and he wants to steal the water in the game. And there's some reptilian, I'm sorry to bring in David Icke after my previous videos, but there is some reptilian message in there about Thwomp being a reptile. And anyway, we fast forward to Donald Trump, Trump Towers, Trump taking over the world, and also I can't link reptilian. See David Icke for that, not David G. But he also stole the water of the Dakota Line Indians by the fracking, and I'm like, whoa, that's quite a that can't be really what it is, but it turns out it might well be, Andy. And that's another fictional thing that this system that we're in, if that's the way it communicates with us, then they should be lucky, so privileged to be on these kind of channels watching with the way that they're watching, because at least we're honourable and we let them know what we know, where we found it, how we found it, and how we'll be coming to get salvation, remedy and protection going forward with the vested interests of our assets.
Maintenance and
And
cure. That's right.
you know what I mean? This has to stop, to be fair, but we have got questions like, sorry I couldn't make it, Curtis Rivers, he had problems. No problem, brother, thank you. I Am Vendetta is asking, how would I finish my claim of right? Do I put a name at the end, or do I not put a name? Well, I'm going to go, who is it that does that? Is it Macbeth, to be or not to be, with the skull? Is that the play? Please let it be Macbeth. I
Might
think
be.
it is. I think it might be.
Yeah, I'm gonna say steady on, lad.
So anyway, in relevance, it doesn't matter. We are ourselves. You know the play I mean. I've got the skull, and Vendetta's just asked how to sign and how to finish the claim of right. But the question is not how do I finish the claim of right. Is if you don't understand how to finish the claim of right, then you shouldn't be doing a claim of right yet, because you don't know what it is or what capacity an instrument is. You may understand what it will do, but if you don't
Hamlet.
understand,
Boom.
there we go. Oh, Macbeth,
There's
Hamlet.
like,
All
I
right.
know some brains in there. Boom.
Thank you.
Top respect, everybody. I tell you something. It's
Yeah.
ace, ain't it, mate? It
So
overwhelms me. Superb.
I am corrected. Yes, thank you. That's good. Yes. But you wouldn't be doing a claim of right unless you're practicing. But to answer that, you would do it in the capacity of the. No, I'm not going to tell you. You need to do some homework. You need to do some homework, because maybe I'm not right. Maybe I say something and it's not quite right, and then you go on it and you do it and then you blame me. So it's better you stand up on it yourself. I know I can get it right. Obviously, I know who the agent, the settlor, the beneficiary, the trustee is, and yeah, the man, the woo man, the private, the public. So yeah, you've got quite a lot to think about there, and you will need to really go and look at them and come back to us. How would you come back to us? Email me at ukfreedomproject@gmail.com with the subject claim of right, and I'll look at it and get back to you. So do some homework, please. A good teacher, if that's what we're to be, or shepherds, would not just give you the weapon without due training. This isn't the United Nations, or we're not just going to go, anybody want to join up for the he's 16 now, we're in France, you got conscripted to army, come on, let's go, there's your gun, off you go, and you just shot your son in the foot. Oops, sorry, you don't know the safety was off. So yeah, we haven't got safety on these documents, so we'll install it with your do you think that's right, Andy? I don't know. I'm not trying to hold the information, but I don't want the responsibility of all this. They need to learn it or follow what we do.
You must be
.com.
fully understanding, overstanding, and comprehending exactly that which you are doing, with all its pros and cons, all the ins and outs. You've got to know what you're doing. You've got to know what you're saying. You've got to know the implications. So unless you know fully aware what you're doing, like you do when you buy a house or get married or anything else in life, you've got to be in full comprehension. It's no good me just telling you to do this or that, because like you said, you might shoot your bloody own foot off. So
for going forward, thank you, brother. That's your opinion and not mine. And there's 36. I say only that, compared to what the population is of the landmass, it is only. But I am grateful for 3 and 6, because together they make the number 9, and that's one of Tesla's number 3, 6, and 9. In
all
fact,
is 3, 6, and 9. That's right.
It's synchronicity for me and you there. But I'm not trying to. Now I am and I'm not. So let me put this right. We have a private domain of which YouTube is not. So I appreciate the concern and the Babylon. Hey, me hear the Babylon. Come on, let's just sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. Sound of the beast. KRS, I do believe. Mix Masters. So we have a .com where we have made a forum, and the forum's called Claim of Right. No, Notice of Intent, Understanding, Claim of Right. And in there, I've put 6 documents. And so that is where we're going to do it, and where we are practicing it in the private. So again, we're in a public domain here, and this is a dangerous topic and a private topic to be talking about. So it isn't the. That's why you don't see it on YouTube as well, because what you do see is kind of a psyop disinformation to lead you astray. Because we've been down them all and watched them all, and here we are today. So you need to reside privately and do this privately, not in the public, because it's got what would you call it, Andy? Dangers, limitations,
Pitfalls.
hazards, yeah, all of them. So again, don't just believe what I or Andy would say either. Use your what we call due diligence and always check. Always
Absolutely.
check. Yeah.
Measure
Obama.
twice, cut once.
Angela says, Sister Angela, yeah, man. Obama talking at Nelson Mandela. Think he might have been watching you guys talking the talk. Don't think he can walk the walk, though. Oh, why? Ooh, why? What, Angela? What key words can you put in that Obama used talking about Nelson Mandela's passing? And please don't mention the Mandela effect.
It might have been his partner, Michael.
Lady,
Oh, sorry, I mean Michelle. Sorry.
Layer on layer on layer like an onion. Yeah, veil behind veil behind veil behind veil. Yeah, you're right.
The smile behind the veil, the hand beneath the cloth. That's how it is. That's why Pink Floyd sing of it. Do you think you can tell?
Yeah, that was what I was going to say, Pink Floyd. I remember talking about that on the weekend. Pardon me. Alan Parsons Project from Lola, The Eye in the Sky. Yeah, Alan Parsons Project. Thank you for that. I don't know anything about that. I've never heard of it. So what is that? I will be looking later if I have my tiny eyes hold up. John M is in the house from the Middleton clan. Let's see what he's saying. We're all acting for the artificial intelligence, different to Hollywood, and getting paid big time. Yeah, you are, John. You are. It's weird, isn't it, when you see the construct of the construct of the fictions within the fictions on a stage within the stage, and the
The
messages
whole
and
world is a stage. Shakespeare told us.
reality is an illusion. So did Albert Einstein when he was referring to matter and how we perceive it and how it is just not solid.
Absolutely. Fact is stranger than fiction.
And then the law system seems to be even more, yeah, which is just incredible. Albert F. I read about the investments the government are making into AI just last night and 5G. Okay, get some poster in the relevant place. Sov's common unity would be good. Trapped in a room. Vendetta. Only autograph with your Christian names and use blue or red ink, never black. Well said. Or an X. What does an X mean then? Trapped in a room, you can use an X, not for marking the spot, but it means something like, in the legal realm, it has a meaning to it. The minute you add their surname, it becomes the trust name. It works on notices to a police inspector. Trapped in a room, kudos. You know. Dodgy doctors, it's hidden your message. I'm gonna show it, brother. Here we go.
Are you
Elon
autographing or
Scum.
signing?
Well said. Elon Scum is an actor, just like Neil the Ass Leeson. Oh, Neil Lee Ass Tyson. Neil Disgrace Tyson. Scientist, mixed race guy, and Bill the license TWAT. Bill the license. Bill Lie. Bill Hicks. I don't know what that is. Lola. Chief Constable is the one to notice. He has special fears because of his liability. Fears. That's not the right word. He doesn't have special fears. He has special what? That's autocorrect. But there are about 8 that you would need to notice, including the Queen, I believe. So that's what I'm saying. We need to chat about this before you do anything like this serious business. You need to know. So Tudor.com or email or make others get into groups and do it together. Don't just do it on your own. And others can in your community. When you've got a few of you, then you can get together and meet us privately on a hangout or something, and then we can go forward. Go on the .com ideally, get in the forum, meet us there. We can have a private hangout with, say, I think there's a 10 maximum on a hangout, so we could have 2 plus 8. Off we go. There's loads of ways. Don't rush in. We've been doing this since November 2015 and we still haven't done it. Andy came along mid-16 probably, so that's a good mid-16 to 18, another what, 12 to 18 months, yeah, 18 to 24, 18, 24 months. So there is a rush and there is an urgency, but only fools
Yeah, but it's
rush
got to be
in.
right. Yeah, every damn word has got to be proper. There can't be no mistakes. It's good. It's got to, the etiquette. It's got to be sublime. It's got to be just. And if you go in there belligerently, let ever fall, you're going to get it all wrong. And Lord only knows what the consequences to that will be. So only fools rush in.
The way that we've had to look at this is and it's not nice to say this, I say this with a heavy heart, this group, this family of the Facebook Trust, initially, I've had to go through all of the laws, all of the scriptures, all of the speakers, all of the proposed remedies, all of the followed speakers on Facebook that had got all these proposed remedies. I'll give you one. Ken Dost of Facebook brings out a remedy every 2 weeks. He's been doing it for 2 years and people still follow him. I'm like, wow, they're just dropping like flies. And there's other guys out there. There's a Treasury ARC payments account, and there's members just like, wow, organising and saying stuff, and they're blatantly just I think operations to divert, distract, and put so much time and effort. When you look at what we had to do to attach those accounts and test stuff out, it was actually mind numbing. And I was like, this is not honourable, it's not correct. And there's other ways to get backdoor ways in there. But as we've said, with the video releases, with the way we see it now, we can articulate an intelligent, peaceful, universal, non-sectarian remedy for all, and we would look at making the correction of the trust, which is Romilly Stewart, God bless him, for the dogma, glossa, ancient Latin, and the quasi-trust relating to that scenario with the first video of the CQV and the I think it's called the Architect's Design and Matrix. That's thanks to them guys and us doing that. And then we found out through that due diligence that there can only be one true way out of this shizen hole of deception and deceit and pirates and assumptions and presumptions and walking dead. And it's taken a lot of time. So we're not just going to tell you on a video, after doing all that. They're asking for thousands of pounds. Loads of them are. They're holding seminars all over the world. This man's driving a skip lorry with chains slapping on the back. Do you know what I mean? It's a joke. And here we are talking about the remedy to a, what, let me think, 1302, 2018, take away 1,300, 700, a 700, at least a 700 to 2,000-year-old trap game, bondage, and we're just going to, no. So no malicious things, but we need to structure this right and build it up. And we are advertising to the establishment that we are coming. To knock on that Queen's Bench door. The duty judge will be opening up and will be calling down to the Queen's Bench, the defender of the faith, after serving the relevance, to say, let's have it. The kings are here, finally. I continue on. I Am Vendetta says she loves us because of what we've said and how we've said it with regards to the initiation, training, indoctrination, and the standing under to break out of it and go, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is how I want it. Yeah.
That's right.
So we're not being arrogant. We're not trying to make anything. We're not trying to big anything up. We're just saying that we want you with us and we want you to do it. So for you to do it, you need to know, that KB,
competence. Competence is the key. Application and to be competent.
Yeah, of course it is.
And, be able to apply it correctly, be able to apply yourself and your documentation correctly.
We have specialised domain for that now. We are the ones that are in there with the forums. We're going through a restructure as we speak on the Facebook side of things due to, we can say certain bits like we're going to just put a notice in the Facebook group with 3,600 of the family members to say, due to timings and unfortunate lack of spare time, we've just had an update and a chat to say we'll restructure the family in there because we're all at different levels, different areas, and we're a bit like contradictory in terms at the minute. So we're going to get structure, direction and control on the Facebook and restructure going forward, and on the .com we're going to do the same there. But it is more structured, and it's your safe environment there. It's honourable. It's ours. You'll get it signed into the trust. Everything's got the brakes on it a little bit now because I'm just double checking with Andy everything, and it's a good job we have because things aren't quite right within the family. They're strong, but they're not quite right. So we're having to restructure and rethink the possible outlay of the family going forward and the management, like a trustee, steering wheel committee for the .com, like steering wheel agents, contributors, all that kind of stuff to form some kind of steering, governing unity with that .com. So we want you guys to run that, but we'll oversee it.
To hold
Same
the
as the
direction.
trust.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It can be done.
Directive
We're
and
not
the
to lead.
direction. That's right.
Yeah, we'll give you like I say, those videos on Indiglo, and one of them's on Indiglo, and one of them is on SPLS space PRO. SPLS Pro has got an account on YouTube, and there's about 3 videos or 2 videos on there. One of them is one of the training courses that we're giving away for free. So for the 42 of you watching now, if you haven't seen those 2 videos, one is on Indiglo.
Absolutely. Boom.
And one is on SPL's Pro. I've put one on the other channel, so you go to find it, because I hope that you go and you subscribe to it, and it saves me having to find you. So yeah, you need to go over there. I would suggest you go over there and look at the status, standing and capacities, because that has got all the remedy you will ever need for a civil claim in a court, bar a couple of others that I've left out on purpose because they're complicated. But these are the ones you need that I would suggest you look into and get back to us on. So that's part of your foundation training course that you've been waiting for. These 2 videos and the document that is in the .com and in the Facebook trust are given to you for free. That's a 34-page document outlining the master trust, the Bospanacci, and all of the others that we've talked about, Walter Vaith, quite a lot. That's what I mean, of years, and that's what we've produced, and that's what I believe is correct now. So we believe is correct. So you get that as well, and you need to work with that. And I know it is work. If you don't want the work, then you will never be freed. They've made it so we have to do something to see to see the lie. You need to find the truth. And there's quite a lot
You
of
only
truth
get
to
out
find.
that which we put in. You can't expect to get out more than you put in, can you? Because that's just a bit rude. So it's all about the application of yourself. You know, me and Dee are trying to make it as easy as possible. We've brought it all to one place. We've got it all there in our private domain. Or it's all there listed the way that it is. It's dead easy to operate and use. And I mean, what did we have to do to know what we know today? All around the houses, all around the books, listening, watching,
I didn't even know how to build a website.
regarding.
Wait, I didn't know how to build a website. I've never built websites in my life. That was such a pain in the arse to get that. I won't put it like that, but Greg came along, Warren came along to help out. But I've not been to college to do that. It was just, yeah, with that, what you're saying, I've learned. I'm not trying to blow it my trumpet again or anything. This is just, I'm the kind of guy to do this job, so I did it. That's all it is. But that was truly just a head splitter.
Excuse me. Absolutely. That's what I mean. The amount that's gone into it. Yeah, the pure amount that's gone into this.
So they can pick some books up and learn and watch some videos, please. You know, that's the least you can do. Go on.
Exactly. It's took me probably 3 or 4 years of studying all genres and jurisdictions of the law to comprehend that which I know today. So you can't expect an overnight remedy if you haven't studied hard enough. All right, babe. Good night. See you in the morning. Right.
What we will do is we will guide you through. What we never had was mentors. We have got some mentors, as I've said, Richard Ansar, Santos Bonacci. Yeah, I will say Steve McRae. I know there's talk on Tube about him, but I will say he's a brother and he's stood by us and he's been honourable. So anybody that's got out to say otherwise needs to be careful of the public claims and provide proof of their claim, and know that these channels and our chats are highly monitored by, the only part of the government that listens, GCHQ. Hello, boys, and others and other channel owners and managers. So we are conscious of everything, and we are highly honourable, and we are nothing but giving you full disclosure at every point. But yeah, we got these mentors, and this is how we've no no one remedy comes from one outlet, but on this occasion, you're fortunate enough to find that it may do because of the what did you just call it? The application of ourselves across the time and the quality of that, and that's the outcome now of what we're producing is. It's absolutely fantastic, Andy. Actually, I could cry
Well,
sometimes when I realise.
me too. I have done the last few days. Yeah, I've been proper emotional, mate.
What?
I don't care telling you. I have. Yeah, last night when somebody apologised to me for projecting themselves to me 4 or 5 months ago, I'd forgotten about it.
Bad boy.
I've done many things. We've been to see Alfie Evans and all that stuff in between. I'd completely forgotten. But he apologised to me last night on the Dave and Andy show, and
Yeah, man.
yeah, it rung resonant with me because how I feel at the moment. You know, it just took me over the edge there for a moment, and I forgot. You forget how many people you help. You forget what goes on because you get consumed and pulled along by the whole thing. So that's what
Wagwan.
you know, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'm glad that they trust us, and I'm glad that they've taken on board that which we have learnt, and they are finding it more cognitive and more easier way for them to take it on board than what we did because we had to do the long arse haul around the bleeding buzz route. So that's what I'm saying. So peace and love and respect to everybody.
Yeah,
Boom.
back to the comments. KB, Sovfest was filled with great souls, magnificent minds, great atmosphere, beautiful scenery, lots of smiles, animal and child friendly. Overall, it was a sweet weekend with like minds and big love. Ah, thank you, Kay. Nice one. Much love. Yes.
Absolutely. Boom. Thank you, sister.
We did try. The boys, Thomas, the Hog Show, the Lamb National, Lewis.
Yeah.
He's a private, Lewis. No one knows him on here, I don't think, of him. But yeah, landowner
Thank you
Lewis,
to them
we'll
boys.
call him.
Thank you to all. That's what. Thank you to
Lauren.
all that done it. Thank you to all that come.
Excellent. Yeah, Lewis helped out with a breakdown with. I don't know if Gumshoe is on here. I believe he's on as Gumshoe. Incredible effort, team, camaraderie, family. Yeah, beating the system. No man's paying £800 for a recovery 20 mile. I'm telling you now. What? Are you having a giraffe? You're having a babble, mate. He's having a babble, Andy.
Absolutely
800
babbling on, mate.
sheets. 800 sheets for 20 mile recovery.
Well, you buy these large things and I think you can afford to pay their extortionate prices. This is what gone, I'm afraid. The larger the something is, the larger it is price to move it, I'm afraid.
Stuart says, let's sort the next one.
Absolutely.
Lola, legalese only applies to the Law Society. Are we members? No.
No. Are you licensed? Are you trained? Can you speak their language? And once more, further to that, is there a law that states that you must if you can't? No, there isn't.
Deceptive,
so there you go.
Dishonourable, deceptive,
That's right.
dishonourable.
So don't try and speak it.
You're already at a disadvantage by not having the same language. It looks like English, it sounds like English, it reads like English, but it's a different language.
But it turns out to be a little bit baddish, doesn't it?
It reminds me of that message on the not the dollar bill, on the pound, on the federal, on the reserve notes we have, on the currency notes we have. Yeah, there's a little sentence at the top in the middle, and it's a tiny. I think it's actually 2 millimeters high. You need a magnifying glass to see it clearly. It says, "I promise to pay the bearer on demand the sum of X amount of pounds," and for you to read that properly, you need a magnifying glass. It's it's so tiny, it's hidden away, secret. There, but it's not there. Do you know what I mean? It's there, but it's trickery.
It's there in plain sight. That's right.
But tiny. You see it every day, but you don't see it. You see it, but you don't. Chief Constable is boss of constables. Chief Inspector is boss of police officers. If you want to prevent dumb officers enforcing UK legislation, put the inspector on notice. Well, trapped in a room 101. Let's go for. Let me raise you. We're at a card game here, and we're playing top trumps, and you've got your officers and cards. Remember that in school? I don't know where that's come from, but yeah, wow. I'd love some top trumps. Sovereign trumps, right?
Sovereign divine trumps.
Sovereign trumps is on the house, yeah. Trapped in a room. Let's play with me. And you've got these cards out, Chief Constable, and I've put down Chief Inspector, and you've put down the boss of police, and then you've put the inspector on notice. So I've put down Constable, you've put down Inspector. Let me get it right before I set myself up to fail. And then I put down Crime Commissioner. What? The commissioner of crime, you say? Yes, I demand. I demand some more crime. No, he doesn't commission crime, but it's just like you look into that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying you also wait. What would the Attorney General think about it? General. Ah, yes, generals. So he's an inspector. He's pretty low down, but you would notice your local metropolitan constabulary to do with your notices and you would notice them to do with your statuses and capacity and how you are not going to be contracting and rebut the assumptions and presumptions as well as certain others you know that you would notice 7 or 8 we would say, yeah, to cover it all. That's tax, law, court, police, banking, finance, and House of God, monarchy, defender of faith, you see. Archbishop, hello.
What?
What do you mean don't use a bungee rope? What's that in reference to? Low layer in air. Barker, wow, feels like a world away. Citizen, slave, Black's law. What law? Oh, the Black law.
The colour of law. That's what Black's law is.
Lady Onyx, very sad. I have 2 friends, when both their sons hung themselves. Very sad. What, over debt? Oh, shit. You see, that's just, you can't even, words cannot express what a crime that is. Satanic sacrifice. They sacrifice themselves to.
Sacrificial, that's right.
Yeah, you've sacrificed yourself, so it's like, oh, wow. It's dark things. Lola, the word to you relates to the dead person. Don't accept being called you. Yeah, who is you? We've covered that
Who is
before.
you? Yeah, you are you, I am I.
Look at the video. I'm telling you now, you will love that. Statuses and capacities on SPLs. Inspectors fear people only using Christian names on notices and using terms like Queen Bench and vicarious liability. Trapped in a room.
Liability.
I have looked at that channel and that. I did remember saying I want to chat with Trapped in a room. I'd like a hangout with her.
That's what you want to be at, that. Vicarious liability. Do you have indemnification?
Yeah, when we're talking warrants, we'd say, what kind of a warrant would it be? It needs to be an indictable warrant, I do believe. Exactly. What kind of warrant do you purport to have there? Hey?
Is it granted or is it issued?
San Ingen Music, have a friend as well that hung himself. He was 23. No way. Blessings and peace to that lost soul, all the lost souls. Robert, teach our brothers to stop registering blood at birth. Protect us now. Wow, yeah, that's a point, isn't it?
That's a subject on its own.
Yeah, Albert says body. Oh, it's just dropped. Wait there. Body corporate.
Yeah.
Where are we? Wait there.
Corporate fiction. Corporate body.
Yeah, wait there. I've lost the thread. A laptop, you press it 3 times and then it moves 2 times and then you press it again and then it moves the other one and then you're like, hey up. Got it. We're back. We're back in room. We're trapped in a room. And the crew.
Back in room.
Wow, it's just, oh, we've just had a massive update. That's what it's done. Wow. Okay, there's loads. You're going to have to read some, Andy. I can't read all them out. There's a lot of interactivity. It's just updated and now I've got lost. I'm actually lost in the chat. Oh, you guys, Circo, right? You need to go at least.
They're having a good time tonight. Bless their hearts. It's ace. Have their own thing in their hangout. It's brilliant.
I can't keep up with all that. I'll have to watch later. I'll have to check later. I'll try now.
There's loads on there. The right sentence is brilliant to see. You know, it's really heartwarming in that there's such good interaction and so many watching us on, you know, midweek. I'm sure there's other stuff that can be done, but it's just heartwarming to me that they've took the time out to come and listen to that which we have to babble on about and listen to our own truths and our beliefs and what we believe is the remedy in life.
That's the whole con as well. Claiming the person or control of it is what holds the government debts and claims the person, claims their liabilities. Huge misdirection by Vatican agents. Well, funny you should say that because I'm not saying that I'm no way saying that that John Harris was an agent. I know he wasn't, but what I'm saying is I heard that he returned or dissolved or got rid of the birth certificate, and then he disappeared. And he exited the realm in a controversial way. So, do you know what I mean? It's like these birth certificates and the con and these misleading things. It's like I don't know. There's a bit. I don't know if that man is actually dead. Say. I'm not sure that John Harris may be dead. He may be dead. I wasn't there at the time. I just heard the controversy and the speculation. And these what you when you're saying these misdirection by Vatican agents, well, there's more than Vatican agents. There's agents everywhere from the finance enforcement. Andy, you're frozen. No, oh no, you're good.
No, mate, I'm listening, brother.
Yeah, everybody's their Facebook's got agents now. Some guys just like to lie, and they just come on and make a group and just start lying for the fun of it and say stuff, and you're like, what? You can't say that. What they do? They're doing they are.
Yeah, that's what we're saying here. Every man speaks his truth. It's just whether that truth is fact or fiction. We all have our truth. My truth is 4 pigs, 2 cows, and an ostrich flew over my house at 6 a.m. this morning. That's my truth. You can't rebut that. But whether it's factual or not is different. And that's what's going on here.
I am Vendetta. We have a Facebook trust, so you can get in there, and I suggest you get in there. I haven't got the time, or I don't think Andy has. He can answer for himself, but to look at bills and notarize, let me think, promissory notes, for us to check. Yeah. You can get a good feed and ideas of general how it would be done. You go to SPL's Pro. www.splspro.com, and then you go to the F and you just follow that and it will take you to, and then if you're on the domain of the Book of Faces, Facetube Facetube, we're on uBook now, aren't we?
On uBook, and that's Facetube, that's right.
uBook. You go in there and you ask that question, but you can, but I'm not guaranteed to get back to you. I really underload at the minute, so it's not fair for me.
Overloaded.
To say.
I'm overloaded too.
Yeah, I can't cope with what's going on at the minute. Andy's overloaded. He's got personal and professional,
commitments.
We're under load. I've had to what's the name now? Screen name. Life trying again. Poor sister. I couldn't honourably advocate and become a power of attorney as well as dodgy doctors and doing the website and these videos and my own family, XYZ, hydrogen doctor, event management and planning. So it's just not possible. There's lots going off. So yeah, we've got stuff set up like forums and groups and Facebook and a lot more than we had 5 years ago. Wow, we could only have dreamt for this. So now you've got documents and it's been vetted and filtered and built, and that's all. That's as much as we can offer. You guys need to get together and talk about that yourselves, and then you'll find out. You will. I've never used a promissory note either. I know what one looks like, but I can't. How can I send me an email? I go, yeah, that's great. That's bob on. I've never used one. Oh yeah, I don't proclaim to have had. I tell you what I've done. And do you use a promissory note?
No.
Well then, there. So we haven't. So we know in principle, but see. So there you go. Who has? Somebody will have here and got one effected.
You have to
other guys on other channels.
That. That's right.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind checking it overall. I know what to check for. You're right, but we have society for that, or even a family, a private family that's on the .com and Facebook. So you choose where you want to go, and there you go.
Absolutely, it's all choice. It's all consent.
Trapped in a room. Barker, how do you claim it back? He's on about his claim of right. So he's on about getting access to using the equitable asset, endorsing with the thumbprint, presenting as the flesh and blood with the private person claiming the management of the all caps. So there is talk about putting a lien on the all caps as the private man. So the man uses the lowercase name without the title, trapped in a room, and uses the private name in reference to legal representation, and in that you would lay claim that the all caps has defaulted XY such particulars, and basically lien your straw man. So Barker has recently had an addition to the family, Be careful with your data, brother. And he's now got young blood with him. Now, young blood is time's ticking for the bondsman. So if they go to the bondsman and they get bonded and they don't get disclosure, they end up with giving up the claim of right over to the bondsman at the General Registry Office, and the trust capital, wait for it, the birth, born time, the certificate of birth is the all cap surname is made there in the ward whilst the delivery is happened. Then when they go to the GRO, they attach the given Christian. This is on Romilly Stewart, not my work. This is from Romilly. They attach the given name, the Christian given name, which is then forwarded all onto the birth certificate. And on that birth certificate 101, everybody, there is a date of birth and a date of registration, and the date of birth goes back to the delivery where they attach the all cap thingy.
Of the cargo.
What? And I'm like, yes, that's how we see it now. Yeah, deep,
ward of state, absolutely.
So going back
and although it's on the 4 documents and it's all boxed off as well, so everything on there is separate to everything else, although it's on 1 document. That's how they do it, 4-corner rule.
Yeah, and then when you're doing that, if you don't, argumentative this, Hugh Grant did not register one of his bloods. So he didn't register that. So that blood doesn't need a public identity, to be fair, because it's Hugh Grant's offspring. So Hugh Grant's offspring will have its own, he'll be given everything because he's got an estate. So it's in the private. So Hugh will say, to be fair, we don't want the public person, we don't agree with that. He probably knows about the establishment and everything else, and Rick Mail and Diane Jessie Miller, one by one.
Right.
Everybody's dying, 13 out of 14 by 2030. You know, he knows he's privy to shit. So Hugh Grant is showing us the way, like Martin Lawrence and Dave Chappelle and Jim Carrey. So Hugh Grant not registering his blood is telling you he's going like that to the establishment, and he's paid the fine. He's paid the fine. Why? Because he's Hugh Grant and he's got loads of money, darlings. You know, yes, you know, they're in that. So he's off. He's got his island. He's out of here. His blood's with him. He's done that and he's gone. Yeah. So if we don't register our blood and we don't get that bond done and that certificate, how do you have your person for your NHS and all of that? This is the question you want to be asking. Not, I'm not going to register, which is what Barker's done cleverly. And I've asked a few others. And there is talk of a 000 serial number, birth certificate, no top right thingy number in red. I forget the name of that number. Sorry, guys, I can't do it all. Yeah, you know that CUSIP, not CUSIP, bond number that's on the market. So you get the zeros on that, and that's what the or you'd make I said you'd make an instrumentation where you'd obtain you know, the parts from the national insurance number. You know, like if you come over as an immigrant and you've got no paperwork, brother and sisters, but Andy, what does the government do? It gives you an NI. It makes one up from somewhere. Whoa, there we go.
Yes, boom.
So what would we do? We'd disclaim that and say we'd instruct.
Create ours. Yes.
There we go. There's an idea. So instead of giving it out, we'd say, well, surely that there's an alternative to this, and you know, and I think there might be. Yeah. Yeah. And what that is how you see it and what you cognize. You know, and yeah, you could register and then quickly within the 7 years do the reclaiming. To be fair, you've got how old am I? 40. We're going to do it because if in the Bible, the scriptures of this Christian nation, that's why it's important to look at the Bible, not because I'm a Bible you know, worshipper, but each to their own. It says in the scriptures, if man has become bonded, if man has become, that's their instrument. If man has become bonded, then he finds out he's bonded. Then when man tries to unbond, he who stops him is going to get proper. The lot's going up. The lot's going in biblical.
Can you hear these words? That's right.
So we find out. Never mind the 7 years. You know, 3 years. Oh, you've only got 3 years to make a claim. All right, I killed a man 7 years ago. What are you going to do now? Oh, common law. You've killed a man 7 years ago. Oh, in that case, we're taking out. There's no time. There's no time limit when you murder man. There's no time limit when you bond man. And man then goes, what? Oh dear, 7 years. Well, I'm 40 now, Andy. It appears we can't go and get unbonded then because there's a 7-year rule on the CQV. Oh, come on then, let's go on. Forget it.
Okay, I'm off. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you. Cheers. Thanks. Nice one.
Roll a fat one.
Yeah. Rolling on the
Kiss
fat
my.
one, Dave. That's right. Yeah, it's a cusset number. That's right. Well remembered.
Is
And
that,
they
yeah,
are bound
see,
by it. Yes, it's what pays their wages.
not a prayer, mate,
It's
you know
what
what I
pays
mean?
our wages. That's right. It's what pays everything.
I'm not trying to be nasty now, but you know that guy that was like Austrian and he found somebody that was in that, somebody escaped from his cellar, horrible, poor
Mm,
torture. So there was something,
mm,
weren't there? And that girl
mm.
escaped, bless her, and says, you know, I've been this guy, whatever, and she'd gone missing.
Incest and stuff, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry to bring that up, but you see, he didn't come out and go, well, I've had her for 7 years, you know, it's too late now, she's mine. No, you've bonded her and you've kept her in the dark. Hello, bonded us, kept us in the dark. Oh, well, it's been 7 years. No, it doesn't stick. So guys do email me saying, Dave, you're an idiot because after 7 years, there's now to come. Well, for those that email us saying that, it's not just me that thinks this. It's actually the book of, allegedly, the creator, as they've said. So that's why we continue on it, because if not, then we'll at least go down and sack them, and then we'll not get the claim. We'll destroy the system by getting rid of them honourably and properly, and then we'll install another one that fucking works and award ourselves all of the things, and off we go again. Doesn't matter. We're not after money. What we're after is the private capacity and the
That which is
recognition.
just right and proper.
Yes, that we're not slaves and we're not obliged and we're not under assumptions and presumptions. And those that think that we may be are generally agents and telephone and administrative companies and insurance companies and cold callers. So it's the international side of things that tries to let in finance, enforcement, collection, commerce, business, marketing. It's never like somebody just comes, very rarely someone rings you up and goes, hey, you don't know me, like I've got a shitload of coin. I'm looking for an investor in the business. You're interested? You never get none of them, do you? Your phone rings. Yeah, you want water? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want what? Change your gas? Do you want? Just go away. This is what we're at with. So yeah, sorry to waffle a bit, but I'll get the screen back up for the room.
That's what it's all about. Keep hold of the assets, keep hold of your property.
7 years. Well, sorry.
So before they come and repossess that which they never possessed in the first place. Don't you worry about that. We've got this.
Shed with a kilt on. Yes, Lady Onyx. We just improv all the way.
Hawkeye the new.
My rights, also my unborn. You've got, I know it's short on time. My rights, also my unborn, if could advise. No, it's short on time. What we're saying there, my rights, also my unborn. Your rights to your unborn. You are the allodial title. You're the settlor, the creator, isn't he? It's his
Fruits
property.
of your loin with your vested interest, your property, which is an asset to you. Exactly.
If you register,
property to you.
When you register, you could actually ask for, I've told you this before, I've said you could do a conditional acceptance and say that I am willing to register
full disclosure.
my property. Yeah, and ask for them, just do it like that. And then you've gone lawfully and then you go equity on them by saying, yeah, I'm meeting you at the level you're saying and I want full disclosure and I know who I am. And you'd sign it as the settlor, or even not authorised agent. You'd say the settlor because it's about your blood. Your blood, is your kin, property, fruit of your loin. So that is something you've created. So you are the settlor,
to ensure the beneficiary is the beneficiary and not the trustee. That's what it's for.
Land registry, the CQV 1666 on some 1302, 1537. We've got loads. You just write. I've told you this before, brother, so I don't understand where you're confused. What else do you need to know? And here is live trying again. My area. Hello, sister. My area abuses public funds. Again, I find, politicians in general abuse public funds. We find all public funds are to be abused because we're not in the private and the public don't have any rights because we are the general public and we are classed as insurgents and belligerent
We've all been
chattel,
suffered a tort.
and we don't have any money. We don't have no money, love.
No, there is no money, no substance to
Nothing
it. And
for
the
us.
basics of it is that each and every individual within the country has suffered a tort through tacit agreement and all thinking that it's contract. That's what's gone on here. It needs to be set straight.
0-hour contracts, disgraceful joke. Yes, Lady O. Lola, we are the creators. We don't need anyone to facilitate it for our person. Yes, I. That's well said. As king.
You need the executor of
essence.
the estate. That's
You're
what
a
you need to
trinity.
facilitate it.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Go on, executor of the estate. Yeah, once you've got control and understanding, and when you're in a court, you would be saying, yeah, you're there to administer the estate. You're not the defendant. You're here to administer that estate, and
That's right.
the defendant is not you. Can the prosecution please validate their claims? And if they can't, then what we're doing here today. If you know validated claims, have you got any paperwork? You under license? Let's see it. Are you authorised? All these kind of things. You shut
Under
the
oath.
case down.
That's right.
Creditors. We don't need anyone to facilitate it for our person. It depends. It depends. We don't say to go to the business domain, but when you're doing notices and so forth, yeah, David is the creditor, Jeremita is the debtor. That goes back to the birth and the registration, delivery room,
That's right.
surname, certificate of birth, registration, birth certificate, a fixture of 2, 1,
Man and cargo.
instrument.
Chattel.
Yeah, dates, 2 dates and whatnot, registration and birth date.
Doctoring.
Delivered. What gets delivered? A product gets delivered. An item gets delivered.
Warehoused.
Man gets born. Yeah, we get born. Man's born of the waters of his mother. When his next event, says Albert, I don't know. Let's just catch up. Look at him. When's next event? He was the last one to leave. Well, I was the last one to leave.
He made me smile, mate. Brilliant.
Yeah, it was quality. It was indeed. I can't even explain it. Trapped in a room. You have your rights. That's the con. Until you use their cert name. I'm currently working on cancelling the cancellation of child registration. It's heartbreaking knowing we've registered our kids. Well, not kids, no, property. Stop. Kids are goats. But yeah, we're not being nasty. Your property. You're on the way, so let's get it right. They're not kids. Kids are, yeah, billy goats. Similar. Very similar too. Are you reading any, Andy, or is it all on me?
Yeah, I'm reading a couple. The solicitor reduces the state thereof the trustee of the property. Corporations, persons, corporations. Exactly, that's why we don't advocate solicitors. Terrorism was first used in 1884 in France, means the state using force to fulfill its agenda. Absolutely, the government turning on its people. That's where terrorism come from. So look, and this one got how to work.
San Ingen Music. Wait, I've just seen who is it? I'm editing a video now that will go up on my main channel that shows a time lapse from 1950 to 2016 on where the US has. So, oh, indeedy, nice one. Look at that, new subscriber and giving. I need to. I will be subscribing onto. I'll show you, Andy, what to do when the video's off and how you get to the channel. And it does take a bit, like, to find them all and subscribe, but it is worth it when you go back to your feed and you see all these like weird and wonderful subjects that you're just like, whoa, never need to watch TV ever again in your life. Exactly. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot here, mate. We've got 43 on the go. Thank you, guys. This is I'm struggling to get to them to read, mate.
I know they're coming in thick and quick, mate, and I've been up since early. I've had a long day and stuff like that.
I'm on it. Don't worry.
I know you are, brother. I just like having a chat. Come on with it. Kids, goats, etymology, regional words. That's right. All services are covered by grandfather rights. That's right. Well, free electric. They're speaking here of free electric. You can endorse the gyro check. There you go. You can discharge any claim with your pen. You don't have to give them your sweat equity. They've already been paid from the bond. By asking for your sweat equity, they're double dipping in. That their books have already been cleared. That's why they've sent you a credit slip to acknowledge that it's credited. So if you endorse that in the correct way, send it back, and there you go. You've discharged the claim.
Just put a little message in, like saying thank you. They're incredible tube chirp. Yes. Hamlet. I'm up to Hamlet. That's how far down I am. Hamlet. You see? Wow. I need to skip some. Sorry, guys. I just need to go a bit faster. What's this? Tycho Brahe was a Danish nobleman, astronomer, and writer known for his accurate and comprehensive astronomical and planetary observations. He was born in the Danish peninsula of Scania. What's this? Why are we talking
Yeah,
about the Prince of
I like
Denmark?
this one
That's
here.
interesting. Go on.
Trapped in the room. I only had a few spaces left, so I used the word kids. I'm impressed you know that about the Lucifer goat term. Most people ignore that stuff. Great stuff, Bab. Yeah, it's like that. When they say, boom, there's no stranger than folk. So FOLK, you change the O and the L and you put L and the O back round, and there's no stranger than the flock that's following one another. So it's all there written in front of us. They just mess about with the words, and so this is what it is. It's all trickery and magicry, and it's all etymology. So if you're looking close enough and you look hard enough, you'll see what's written in front of you, and you can dispel and repel that which they spell against you.
Yes. There you go. We are. We need to remember respectful. I have got ability to control the chat room, but I like to leave you guys to it and give you an open chat room, and you are able to join us as well, and come on at any time. But I'm looking at top chat here, and they are like a little bit. They're getting on all right, actually. It's beautiful to see, but there's a lot of wow, strong characters. There's a lot going off on not millions, but tens of topics: flat Earth, law, live trying
Okay,
again about public
boom.
funded stuff.
Have it.
You and
Great
me,
interaction.
Galileo,
Have it.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this
If you
is a
worship
massive.
Lucifer, no problem. If you want to give your soul
No,
to the
no,
devil,
no.
no problem. They'll open the bond for you. They'll spend all your riches while you belligerently enact that of a secret society and handshaking. No problem. They'll have you one way or the other. If you want to be a Jehovah's Witness or whatever you want to be, Mason, you'll pay for it at your detriment.
Yeah, agreed. Yep. The Trapped in a Room 101 says nope. X represents Saturn. Say 10. Say 10. Say turn. Say turn. Saturn. Say 10. Say 10. Base times
Crucial
10.
of fiction.
As we're
Cross of
getting into
fiction.
intricate here. Yeah. Represents, but they're saying I said she like I know it's a woman. I don't know, but are you a
Yeah,
woman?
lol in
No.
air. What's the hangout,
X
Addy gents?
X represents Saturn, aka Satan. Never use the X of the illiterate. Lol. Only Christian names hold sovereignty. Agreed, yeah. And standing that signifies. Who told me about the X? It was someone that I revered. That's why I thought, we need to check this. But I've never used it, so I don't know. Thank you. Who said what, Andy? Go on, then. When?
Lol in air. What's the hangout, Addy gents?
You will have to let me think. Let me think now. Then, you're not on my friends, are you? So normally we add on the Hangout app. If I get an email, but you don't want to if you've got a public email, Gmail, you don't mind the rooms and everyone that's subsequent come in, you post me that, or you could email me at ukfreedomproject@gmail.com, and I'll go and check it in a minute. Otherwise, I go to my laptop. Yeah, I just add in the
I'm going to give
Gmail.
you a bit of pre-warning, Dave. I'm slightly parched, brother, and I
Go,
need to
go, go.
wet
Go on,
the
mate.
whistle, so I'm going to go and quickly get one while you beat the drum. 2 seconds.
Yep, and I'll go through the comments. All actors. Jesus Jones has dropped in. Yes, easy now there, my good brother. Who else has dropped in? All right, great tune. What are we going on about? Lucifer is how they've deceived all the Freemasons and tricked them out. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about that. Yeah, illuminated ones, illuminaries. We all know. Let's check the Sun and Moon videos out. We know about that. We are the enlightened ones. Yes, we are one of the few enlightened ones that are around. Lucifer is a corporate takeover of the world through the dead corpses. Gloss. Oh, Jesus, getting in there. We did mention that about Santos, and it's shining through what you're watching, and now you're seeing it. This is incredible. 36 people every bit to tip the balance of truth is a win. Yes, yeah, that's right. We're up to 42 now, so that's nice. Yeah, we don't mind. We're humble. Know thyself, Robert Lunn. Yes, I indeed. Ike plagiarized all her works. All whose works? Let me see. 1 minute. Oh, this is excellent. Who? I'm going wrong, but there's no. I'm going the wrong way, but there's no gumshoe, so we're all right. Can you explain this a little bit, please? Galileo and Kepler stole work and hid it. Oh, aye, world flat. Yeah, I got to that bit. Back down. Can I call you JJ? What else do they call him? Jesus now. JC. Yeah, it's not. It's JC. I'm thinking of JC. It's JJ. Can I call you JJ? Easy, bro.
JCBC before cornflakes.
It's the original JC, isn't it? I can't remember who somebody now said to me the original JC. I was like, wow. Funny. Bill Nye, Tay Science guy. On about colours, all right. Reduce liability. X, we got to that bit. I'm back in the room. Black is the colour of death, deception. Yes, it is. Satanic. Occult.
Yep.
Black is the dead, legal fiction. Black ink. Yes. Oh, you always know it's on the forms. Please use black ink and capital letters.
Absolutely.
It's a mandatory
it's the legal
requirement.
fiction. It's a dead fiction. It's the colour
No,
of
it helps
dead.
with photocopying, you idiot.
Oh, that's
No.
what I mean. Yeah, absolutely.
It helps with photocopying. Come on.
Why they're wearing black in court then? That's right, because they're dealing with the dead.
Yeah. Officers in black. Black's law. What?
Colour of
Dark
law.
arts.
Human. Colour of man. Black's law, the colour of law. If you think you're a human, you'll be dealt with the colour of law. Don't you worry of that.
Yeah, the pen is important, Lady Onyx. The black pen is bad. Use blue. Yeah. What colours? Research. But yeah, there's one colour to think of. The Yanks are selling UCC numbers to each other, pretending they have remedy.
Yeah.
Stop it. It's not funny. It really isn't. But they're not Yanks. They're brothers and sisters across the pond. I read it as you said it, but Rom's my pal on Facebook. Romley Stewart. Nice. Good for you. That's excellent. Dodgy. Breakspear Road is a country lane near where I live. Is the main entrance to Glaxos underground laboratories. Oh, what interesting. Ugh, shudder. Doesn't it? I'm gonna. Anyone that requires payment for truth and remedy deserves a beating and a few slaps. Truth should always be free. You can choose who you help, but don't charge a commercial fee. Yes, we have involved the monetary system because we're involved in it, but we need that because, like I say, it's a trust and it will be looked after. We're using the system. Money is not evil as such, but it's the fiat currency system is doomed, and we can use this credit system to help each other if we can get a hold on it. But if not, then yeah, that thousands and whatnot is not getting equitable remedy through paying. And I'm not saying anything about anybody in any vote. I'm just saying our ways. We tried to do it a different way, haven't we? That's all. Just to try.
Try and remain in honour at all times.
And yeah, the guy's asking me about when Steve has said we use the legals and he uses the ecclesiasticals. Well, ecclesiasticals are cannibalized laws. So, you know, I'm not having a go at anybody. I'm just said we've got enough love and respect for
divine
Steve.
law, that which is just and proper divine law. Most of it's unwritten. It's either right or wrong. If I've done a wrong, then I would expect myself and the others would expect me to put it right. And whereby if there's been a wrong done unto me, I would expect it to be put right. You don't need to be written by the hand of another man. If someone's wronged me, put it right.
I am sorry, lads. Trying to run before walking. No, you don't need to be sorry, matey. It's all good. No, it's fine. Don't.
Yeah, what is. What is. Let it be. But if you
No,
notice that you're doing that, it's great that you've noticed. Put the reins on, pull back a little piece, and use a little bit more diligence. And that's what it's all about. You've noticed. Well done. Excellent.
See, like these 40 on here now, you know what I mean? If I think to give the website an injection, I should find out who the top internet who the top Indigo viewers are and give them a complimentary account. Like these guys that are on the chat all the time that follow us onto the .com.
Absolutely.
No, we're not all about money, and then we can do all these guys that are asking these questions and interacting because they're showing application and they're showing. It's just a thought. I'm not saying we're going to do it, but we can. We have got a website at our disposal, and it has got functionality, and it does need to bring in revenue, but for the trust that is, you know, and for us to get you out the wagon and into the whatever, you know, private and do this with going forward with us, with me and the guys, the group. But these guys could do with I could call it something like a YouTube YouTube, I don't know, forum chat, and then we chat in there, family of. But you see, if I do that, I need you to, I need some bit of a work, and I need all kinds of things like phone numbers, emails. You have to agree to data privacy protection. So we've got that, and we adhere to it, and we are GDPR compliant. But even so, let me think about that. But these kind of things are where you need to go. If you can't afford the 12 credit donation for the annum, then you'll have to send us an email and get us it when you can, and we'll put you in a room or something to chat, like trapped in a room. Well, voluntarily enter a forum and discuss it in there in the private. There you go. That's a screen name. Voluntary enter the forum. You learn where you learn, I suppose. I'm only trying to say there's a safe place, and it would be good to give the site an injection and get some buzz about it, and get you to look at templates and documents, and get interactive, because at the minute we've just born the legacy, if it is a legacy, to leave to our kin. So we're trying to fulfill the prophecy. As Bob Marley said, we've got to fulfill Jabuk. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but yourself can free your mind. You got to go to splspro.com, unfortunately, and see what you might find. I'm sorry. I'm just joking, but it does kind of, it's, I can't help it. Mr. DJ
Redemption.
Come out there.
That's right.
That's what you're after. And they've told you, and it's all there. It's not me and Andy. It's just, we can only do so much, and we're not responsible. And I will look at it, and you need to email me, and I will focus on that in the next couple of days. I'll answer every email that comes in on all of 8 accounts, but you've only got the UK Freedom Project at gmail.com. And if you're on the .com, then message me on there, or the Facebook. Jesus Jones says, carry on, it's fun to trapped in a room. John M, I emailed my notices off in 2016. John M, there we go. Okay. 2016. You don't mess about then, did he?
Email. Computer
Romley
generated.
Stewart. Well, Romley Stewart is amazing. One of the few genuine, sincere people on YouTube. A bit like you with this channel. He is genuine, yes. Yeah. Honda, hello, good evening. Don't use any ink. Walk in and announce your soul yourself, face to face. Only way. Called auricular law. But no, we're talking about notices. Sometimes you need to perform and construct a notice, Honda. So when you do that, how do you do it? Under court appearance, you could take in a claim of right, affidavit, statement of truth, certain documents, and they'd have autographs or markings on there as such. So yeah, you're right and you're wrong, but no, I'm not telling you that. I'm just saying different. You come in halfway through a conversation, to be fair, or a video chat. Romley is in prison from Jonesy. What do you mean he's in prison? Doesn't mean to say everything he's done is wrong. He could be being victimized. I may end up in prison. Doesn't mean to say that I'm telling you lies or I'm a bad person. I don't know why he's in prison. I think Winston Strout got locked up.
Don't even know if he is in prison. Where's the have we got proof?
Roms is wandering around forests in Cairns making music and words for next revelation. Can't wait. The older guy, isn't he? From bandwagon to private conveyance. Speaking of injections,
from public to private, that is.
Yeah, Romley is the older guy. The younger guy is enthusiastic, but has got sucked into some strange ideas like wearing a dog collar. Ooh, but Romley is definitely awesome. Jonesy 101, but I like the idea because he is saying that they are playing God. A corporation is higher than God. He is saying nothing that is higher than the church. No, we're higher than the church. We are God. We have the essence of God in us. We're higher than the church.
We are in the reflection of. That's right.
Jonesy, yeah.
We are equal in the eyes of God and the eyes of the law. And when you can quote it, you've got it.
If you're not a Christian, like I'll say, I'm not a Christian, so I don't recognize anymore the Roman civil or the Christian church as such. I don't recognize any of the churches there I would recognize spirituality and consciousness and resonance and vibration and magnetism and law of attraction and all that is wholesome, natural and good, whilst abiding to common law, using equitable
Righteous
terms
and
and
proper.
equitable,
That's right.
yeah, equitable terms of equity. If it's not mine, I can't take it. If I take it, I need to give some back, replenish, you know, that kind of honor, equity, honorable, equitable terms and
Absolutely.
ideology, ethoses, and
Just
the
and
rest of
proper.
it.
Not more than
The
you
rest of
need.
it is not ours, is it? It's not our stuff.
No.
It's cannibalized bullshit.
Absolutely,
Control,
mate. Absolutely.
control, control.
For the perpetual debt system.
So there is a lot of hype going about at the minute. Yes, and I have had emails. I've said I did the email about the common law dangers of. Doesn't seem to be working like we highlighted that we found out they tried with the Liverpool scenario. Other assets are getting to be tried to be ring fenced and protected. We'll discuss this on the 4th of August at York Railway Institute, where we have that talk there. I've sent messages to Rob on privately, and there's a post in the Facebook family tonight with the Free Minds. I think it's Free Minds something meeting. It's not exactly right. I'll get it, but I don't know where it's been promoted, Andy. So I've been sent some bits for it, and I'll contact Rob and get it. And get it sorted out, linked up on the .com, so everyone knows. But we're in York in a short while, for Saturday the 4th. Next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday then, is it? Wow. Yeah. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, lad.
No problem. Is it a weekend?
Right, I'm going off the screen now. Keep an eye. I'm just going to put that to sleep. I'll go back in the yard. It's got dark. Look, I just realised I'm sat in down. We cat backwards,
We
talking
grow in
more.
the dark, mate. We strengthen in the dark. It takes many of our dark times in life to learn the lesson. It takes them dark times to where we grow our strength and learn from it and turn back around. New leaf, re-leaf in our belief.
I need some pancakes. I need some of Anne-Marie's homemade pancakes that are just here. Yummy. But I'll eat them after the chat. Right, I'm apparently hungry, look. I've just come in and realised. I have no scran.
Yeah.
What are you saying? It's 10 o'clock, all is well.
It's odd there. Excuse me for the old yawning. Boys of a certain age where fatigue starts to catch up at a certain hour of the day. Having been very busy today.
Yeah, I've got a load to do as well. I'd like to wrap this up, guys, if we may. And yeah, I do need to munch. I'll check FPV Hangout for Lady O, see what's going on there. Emails tomorrow. Let me take my cap off. That was just for a joke. Let me think. And yeah, whatever else needs doing. Stan, sorry I didn't get to you today. Dodgy. I was doing automotive traveling Iron Horse. 800 for a clutch. I've just given up the job. I got a job anymore. I got no steady income. Can't afford 800 sheets for a double whatever it is. What is it? Dual mass cylinder flywheel.
Let me ask somebody for you tomorrow, Dave.
Yeah, I'll get a single mass conversion and take the extra vibration. Thank you. At 350 is what I've been told. No, okay then. No, that's it's considerably less. We'll say 500 sheets, 5 bills. You know, having a babble, mate. I went, no, I'll be in touch. You can get me
mate, bloody monkey.
They're having a laugh, they are, with that system. They are smooth clutches, though. I will give them that. They are incredibly smooth if you put low 1,800, 1,200 RPM and you do the clutch slowly. They do, glide over, but... And your losses, your kid's got one, actually, in fact, a Golf. I should have a smooth clutch in it. Yeah, same one, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what year it is.
I'll have a little, it's a 64, I think.
Oh, yeah, they're all singing, dancing. But yeah, thank you all for your help and stuff on that. I'm going to go through this video later and I'll comment as needed to what's on there. Yeah.
No problem, mate. Sorted. Yeah, and just what John said, don't let the evil actions of the church steer you. Absolutely, divine law. Yeah, not religion. Divine law. That of the Creator, not of God. There is a separation. There is a jurisdiction difference there. One is oil. One is water. Know who is which and what you are. That's a
Well,
bit of
that's your
homework for you.
interpretation. I don't know about religion. You need to be careful because each
I don't know about religion. I'm not religious, so there you go. It's just my belief, my feeling of it.
Yeah, you're explaining yours. Andy's not saying that for you, all the viewers and anybody that comes on, you need to think this. He's entitled to his interpretation and belief system as you are yours and I am mine. So we are under our inalienable rights, allowed to have that. And you are like my rights end where Andy's and yours begin, your rights end where mine begin, and so forth and so on, without without needing to say that. We know that. So we have rights, and you are right, have rights, certain rights to that, and we can have these opinions of faith and keep them like to ourselves or talk about them. But either way, you are allowed them, and you can keep them, and they shouldn't offend anybody if you're one way and I'm the other, as long as we can speak about them. Yeah, if you can't speak about them,
I have faith, but I don't believe it's religious. I have good intent and goodwill. I don't believe it's religious. It's it's up to each of our own to be whatever they believe. It's whatever they believe. God love them. Simple.
I've seen some chats on here that have said that that they've said FPV. I said on one of his chats with Sandra, and I don't know. I'm still learning all the names and the screen names, but there's about 5 of them on the Antikythera video, or the video with oh man, my brain's fried. I can't think. FPV Angel, go on there and you'll see. And it was saying that the let me think, Krishna, Christ-like consciousness. Yeah, and they were looking at so it was about the Antikythera, but then it was about the cherubims. It was but you need to watch both of them because they're both quite cracking. And he says they say on the panel that the consciousness Christ-like, it could be that the consonants, each one's got an integral part of the key, and it's been fragmented across 7, and so each one holds a little bit of the truth, but not a lot of the lies. And I was like, yes, that's a good way to look at it. It's another interpretation, but again, they were just giving their own their own interpretation of their
what your
recent
perception
study.
is of it as well. We each have our own different perceptions. You see, we could all read the Bible, but we'll all have a different perception. That's why the remedy is within ourselves. We can't have it from any book or anything else. We have to, cognise and learn from others how they see it and how then you see the book if you look again. And it's the etymology, it's knowing.
A bit like the Road Traffic Management Act. We could all read that and have a completely different idea of it, or what it means and who it's for. It's like that. You just somebody, somewhere, give us something that's just right and proper. What would Andy do? Well, you know what he'd do? He wouldn't have this, but, demand. Oh, come on.
That's right.
Fantastic.
And you know it. Boom.
Yeah, good. I just wanted to get out there. You can think what you want. You are entitled to your opinion, brother, and we love you for that. And they, the viewers, family, sentient beings, with the essence of the creator in them, we recognise that. So we recognise as a creator. Do you, Andy, recognise as a creator?
Absolutely.
Yes or no?
It was all,
there we go.
Everything's created from somewhere. Everything when you look at it, it's created from somewhere. Absolutely.
That's bottom line. The rest is irrelevant in a way. In a way, it's irrelevant. Yeah, it is. It's stuff. That's it. Then we go, right, okay, so the creator, hierarchy, man, government. Oh, okay, we seem to have had the switcheroo happen. What? Somebody help me. My reality started to go weird. Help me. It's not normal.
Lord. Flat Earth is going global.
Right, let's wrap up. Is there anything to see? Let's go and look at the screen and then, thank you all. Excellent chat, excellent interaction. Oh, somebody wanted to come on. In fact, I've got to invite somebody on. Who was it? Let's go. We'll do that. They can come on. We're of honour. I'll check my email. I am hungry though, but we will do it. We did say. Who was it?
Well, it's worth delving into. Yeah, I've delved into it. I've looked at all religions, many nationalities, many countries. Many genres, many ages. I've looked across them all, but I just find that divine intervention and divine creativity is that which is just and proper to me. There shall be night after day. There shall be day after night. What goes up must come down. If you have a heavier mass than air, it's just all these simple laws, the simple ones that we live by every day. They're just and right and proper to one another.
I'm loading up my email, especially for whoever it was.
It's okay. It's okay, Dave. I don't have your email. Save it for next time. Creator willing. There you go.
Respect.
Boom. Thank you very much.
I was opening my email though. Look. I was willing.
There you go. So
have a look at
yeah,
this.
that's it.
The office has had a spring clean by our
Ooh,
everything's been put
nice.
box. I went, where's the office gone? She went, oh, I've tied it up.
All in a box. Box in a box in a box. Bag in a bag in a bag.
It works though, I tell you what. Bless her. God love Anne-Marie. God bless. Creator bless our Anne-Marie. Look at our piles,
Right. Yeah,
folders.
shout out the emails again and the web pages. So it's
I'm gonna type it,
splspro.com. So it's splspro.com. That's our private page. You can come across and have a look there. And your email is Dave.
I'll put it in now. Nice one. I'll put the email in. I'll type it in from. So you've got it to contact, and then use the subject with what it is. So the subject would be hangout for this one, yeah, or claim
Andy,
of right, or
as
something.
James Brown said, you got to get up to get down. Absolutely. Well said, Andy Greggs. Boom. There you go. If you've got to get up to get down, you've got to have the application. You've got to apply yourself. You've got to have goodwill and intent and keep up the intention, because they will try and knock you down. They will try and push you back. You will face resistance at every gate that you come to. They've got gatekeepers with firm locks, but we have the key. Stick with it. Be honest. Be true to yourself. Reap the rewards.
As Loki said, or maybe Logic, I forget, maybe one of them two. You've got to stand up before you can stand down. That's
Absolutely.
the one I use now. I've gone from James Brown to Loki, Logic. Like that. 22 11 33. 22 11 33. Jesus Jones, what are you doing to us? Wow. And there's here we go. And there's that one as well. Thank you, brother. That's a good point. I never promote enough. Greg and Albert do tell me, David, you didn't say it enough. I get carried away with a chirp. I just love to chirp. I forget about what you should be doing to link up. And there you go. Thank you all. Yeah, we'll catch up. We'll get them emails and drop in. Yeah, you've seen what we're like. And I need to catch up with Dodgy. Yeah, I'm going to give Dodgy a nudge. As you're up, Dodgy, expect an incoming from a hangout. I'll have a quick chat with Dodgy, see how he is, and then I'll have a look at FP.
Pull me into there as well, please, brother.
All right. Yeah, we'll go and chat to Delone, and then I'll go to FPV, Lady, and then we're signing off.
Absolutely. Yes, all right. Peace and love, one and all. Thank you. It's been amazing. It's been a great chat room tonight. Really busy, and to have this many people watching us midweek as well, it's absolutely heartfelt and heart touching. It's amazing. Thank you. Humbled. Absolutely humbled. Top respect and love to you all. Thank you.
Yeah, we have got the key. Just like we just need to end it with 101 says I would say really that we don't have the key, but at least we're searching, unlike the sleeping masses watching EastBenders and X Factor. Well, we did have the key at 101, and you put that card with the key in the bin, and you didn't realise that you was at the age of majority. You'd passed the age of maturity, and the law considered you at 21 able to handle estates and such things as and private funding and what is the word, instruments of credit and promissory notes. So the key you've had and you've got it, and we're gonna use it much like Pirates of the Caribbean. Use our blood to open a treasure chest with the key that needs the blood. Shh. Absolutely. Secret. There you go. So yeah, just wanted to say, because that was right at the end. We're like, no, we have got the key. Yeah, peace and love.
We have got the key. Yeah,
we are melting the system. Yeah, let's go, brother. Nice one. Thank you.
Thank you, one and all. Bonjour.
Peace and love. Let's do it. Thank you all. Ciao, bello.